On September 6, 2025, the Nebraska Cornhuskers obliterated the Akron Zips 68-0 at Memorial Stadium, delivering a performance that highlighted not the Huskers' brilliance, but the shocking inadequacies of an Akron program that has no business being this uncompetitive in Division I football. The blowout, Nebraska's first shutout since 2009, was less a testament to Matt Rhule's coaching prowess and more an indictment of Joe Moorhead's failure to field a remotely competent team in his fourth year as Akron's head coach. Game recap and stats. Nebraska's offense, led by sophomore quarterback Dylan Raiola, was surgical, amassing 728 total yards, the program's most since 2014. Raiola threw for 364 yards on 24 of 31 passing, with 4 touchdowns, connecting with receivers like Ja'Cory Barney, 7 receptions, 132 yards, and newcomers Nizia Hunter and Dane Key. Running back Emmett Johnson dominated with 140 yards and 3 touchdowns on 14 carries, showcasing a ground game that averaged over 6 yards per rush. The Blackshirts' defense was relentless, holding Akron to a measly 175 yards, 3.0 yards per play, and a dismal 1 of 14 on third down conversions. Akron's offense, led by sixth-year quarterback Ben Finley, was abysmal. Finley completed just 16 of 38 passes for 139 yards and an interception in their prior game against Wyoming. And against Nebraska, the Zips failed to score for the second straight game. Kicker Owen Wiley missed a 49-yard field goal attempt that hit the upright and had a 33-yard try blocked, encapsulating Akron's futility. The Zips' leading rusher, Marquez Williams, managed only 30 yards on 6 carries, while their receiving corps, led by Sean Patrick, mustered just 47 yards. Highlights and momentum. Key moments included Raiola's pinpoint touchdown passes to Luke Lindenmeyer and Quinn Clark, the latter marking Clark's first career score, and Johnson's 47-yard touchdown run that broke the game open. Nebraska's defense forced multiple 3-and-outs, including a shanked 12-yard punt that gifted the Huskers prime field position. The rout was so decisive that Nebraska rotated backups extensively, giving young players like Isaiah Mosey and Makai Nelson valuable reps. The game's momentum snowballed early, fueled by a raucous Memorial Stadium crowd of over 90,000, the 403rd consecutive sellout. Playing under clear skies with temperatures dropping to a crisp 48 degrees Fahrenheit by kickoff, the electric atmosphere amplified Nebraska's dominance. Akron, conversely, looked demoralized, unable to adjust to Nebraska's tempo or physicality. An indictment of Akron's program. This 68-0 drubbing was not a celebration of Nebraska's greatness, but a glaring spotlight on Akron's deficiencies. Joe Moorhead, with nearly 25 years of coaching experience and a 60-54 career record, has inexplicably failed to make the Zips competitive, posting an 8-30 record at Akron since 2022. His team's performance, scoreless in back-to-back games for the first time since 2019, raises serious questions about his game planning and leadership. Moorhead's inability to adjust against a Nebraska team that, just a week prior, barely edged Cincinnati 20-17 due to a questionable interception by the Bearcats, underscores his shortcomings. The disparity in coaching was stark. While Matt Rhule's Huskers executed a balanced, disciplined game plan, Moorhead's Zips appeared unprepared and outmatched. Akron's players, in the same age range as Nebraska's and with similar access to training facilities, failed to show basic competency. The transfer portal and nil opportunities have leveled the playing field in college football. Yet Akron's roster, bolstered by transfers like Alex Branch from Kent State and Braden Johnson from Bethel College, couldn't muster a single point. This suggests a failure not just of coaching, but of player development and administrative oversight. How can a Division I program, with the resources available in 2025, be this inept? Moorhead's sideline demeanor, described by some as disheveled and uninspiring, only compounds the issue. His inability to instill a competitive culture, despite his past success as an offensive coordinator at Penn State and Oregon, calls into question how he retains a head coaching position. The broader college football coaching fraternity, often criticized for recycling mediocre coaches, is exemplified by Moorhead's continued employment despite a .216 winning percentage at Akron. Nebraska's reality check looms. Nebraska fans, buoyed by the blowout, flooded post-game radio shows like the Husker wrap-up with bold claims of a 9 or 10-win season. But this one proves little about the Huskers' true potential. Against Cincinnati, Nebraska was outcoached in the second half, surviving only due to a poorly thrown interception by Cincinnati's Brendan Sorsby. The talent gap between Nebraska and Akron was small. Both teams feature players of similar age and access to training, but momentum, home field advantage, and Akron's incompetence turned a slight edge into a chasm. Nebraska's dominance was expected, with betting lines favoring the Huskers by 34.5 points and an over-under of 47.5. They obliterated those marks, covering the spread and soaring past the total. Yet, this performance doesn't anoint Nebraska as a Big Ten contender. Next week's likely rout of Houston Christian, a team arguably weaker than Akron, will further inflate expectations before a reality check against Michigan on September 20th. The Wolverines, despite a loss to Oklahoma, will expose Nebraska's vulnerabilities in Big Ten play, where coaching and preparation disparities will favor opponents. Final thoughts. Nebraska's 68-0 victory was a prime example in execution, but it's more a reflection of Akron's embarrassing shortcomings than Husker supremacy. The Zips' failure to score, compete, or adjust under Moorhead's leadership is a damning critique of their program, from coaching to players to administration. In an era of transfer portals and nil money, there's no excuse for such a pathetic display in Division I football. Nebraska should savor this win, but brace for tougher tests ahead, where their own coaching and preparation will face scrutiny. For Akron, this game should prompt soul-searching about the state of their program and Moorhead's future as its leader.